Hey everyone, this is Nicolas of Fleet 360. If you're looking for the best CRM, the best system out there, there's probably a chance that you've missed a very important step, which is actually outlining your workflow, outlining your process. Now, what I've noticed a lot of people do is they're looking for the best mortgage CRMs, and they're just trying to patch a broken foundation. And now, if you ever try to build a house on sand, just know that the second the water comes in and the sand starts to shift, that house is going to come down. But if you build a house on rock, and for those of you that don't know, I'm referring to the book of Matthew. But for those of you that build a house on rock, it will never fall, right? Or it's going to be really hard for it to fall. So the point is that what I've noticed is a lot of mortgage brokers are building their business on a sandy foundation, on a flimsy foundation. They're not building it on a rock, a solid foundation. And I want to kind of change that, how we think about that. So what I have here is this is a free site called Glue Maps, and really what I want to walk you guys through is how I build out my workflows and my processes for whenever I'm trying to achieve something and I want to grow my business or I want to outline my process. Before looking at, hey, what's the best CRM, I need to actually understand what is it that I want to do and what CRM is then going to fit into that into that mix. So let's just jump right into it. So now, like typically what I would like to do here is I'm going to put my mortgage company here, right? If I'm the mortgage company or whatever, I have my mortgage company name. Now, what I like to do on these three little sublets right here, I actually like to outline first, okay, what am I actually targeting right now? What is it that I want to focus on this area of my business? What am I looking to gain? So for me, if I were just brainstorming, what I would say is I want to focus on my past clients. The reason I want to focus on my past clients first is because, in my opinion, that is going to be one of your biggest return on investment. These are people that already trust you. These are people that, even though you may not do another closing necessarily right away, their referrals are going to be most likely very rock solid because, once again, they've already trusted you. They've gone through the process with you. The next thing I want to talk about is my realtor partners. Now, when I was an originator, I worked with a lot of realtors. I worked with, I think, over 180 or something like that. And probably a lot more than that, if I'm being honest. But nonetheless, it's a lot of realtor partners. And then I also want to focus on my online or, PPC, paid marketing. So now not everybody's necessarily doing that. And when I say online, I'm referring to a website, different funnels that we have placed about. But let's just say these are the three aspects of my business. Now, what I want to do is I want to say, okay, and look, there's so much more, right? Like we could genuinely have like 1,000 of these. Now, my issue is that so many people that, they say, oh, well, I have so much more to my business than that. That's great. But let's focus on one thing at a time, right? The philosophy of Kaizen, one step at a time. Small things lead to big changes. The journey of 1,000 miles did not begin with 1,000 miles. It began with one step, okay? It began with that one step. So we got to start off in one place. So what I like to do is okay, I got my past clients over here. Now, what do I want to do with my past clients? How do I want to start getting more business from my past clients? There's a few ways I can do that. So first and foremost, calling. Super simple. Guys, we are breaking it down in baby steps, okay? We're breaking it down in baby steps. We're actually going to go ahead and put this as calling and let's go texting, right? We'll kind of put those together. And then we also want to do email campaigns. Great. Okay. I want to do an email campaign. Also, mailers, right? Email campaign slash like newsletter. We can put those two together. So now we know for our past clients, we want to focus on calling, texting. We want to have email campaigns or newsletters going on. And we also want to do mailers, right? We have their address. Why are we not sending out mail to them? So now let's break it down. How often do I want to call and text my clients? Well, once a month, every 30 days from last call. Okay. Now for our email campaigns, we also want to do once a month and include loan anniversary emails as well. So when I say that, what does that mean? I want to have a monthly email campaign going out to the clients saying, hey, it's been 6 months, it's been 7 months, whatever. Thank you again for trusting us. And I also want to include my loan anniversary emails on there. And then mailers, obviously what I would put here is how often do you want to mail? Well, I want to mail, let's just say, how often will we do that? I don't even know, actually. I don't know, like, I don't really do mailers. But whoever does mailers out there, let me know what your typical frequencies are, right? Like I said, I'm in software. I don't do mailers that often, but we should be doing mailers. So that's a good thing, actually. We're going to go ahead and start implementing mailers for all of our Leaf 360 users. But anyways, so going into it. So now I've established, okay, for my past clients, you said we're breaking it down into baby steps, guys. I mean, guys, you don't get this on coaching calls. Or maybe you do. But when I was an originator, I didn't see a lot of coaches teach it like this, right? This like we want to put things on paper. So we got our calling and texting. You got once a month, every 30 days from the last call, we want to call or text. We want to have these emails and we want to have our mailers. So we've already established exactly what we need to do to essentially get more business from our past clients, right? Now, there's a whole other revenue right here that we forgot about. We want to call their realtors. Am I preaching or am I preaching, guys? Come on, let's go. All right, we want to call the realtors too. We want to call buyer's agent. Let's call buyer's agent and listing agent, right? Let's do this. Do you guys want to do every 30 days? Or maybe we don't want to be too aggressive with them, right? I don't know. It's up to you guys. Maybe we want to go every 60 days, right? And really, we're just going to call them every 2 months to talk about that past closing. I know it may seem ridiculous, but by you referencing that past closing, and obviously you're going to bring other value to the agent, which I'll get into as well, but at least you're bringing into the part of the process like, hey, every time we close, we're going to call the client, we're going to call the past agent, we're going to call the listing agent. Shoot, you could even go in here and even say title as well, right? If you want to do that, if you know the title company pretty well, or it's a relationship that you want to build, title's obviously a great source. We have that. So now we have our 4 and guys, there's so much more, right? Like we're on, like, this is like the top of the tip of the iceberg. Like there's so much more. Like there's like a whole big old iceberg right underneath. So we've obviously established that. So now I have a little bit of my process outlined. And now when I'm looking for a CRM or a system, I'm not looking at a system that has like 1,000 fancy features. I just need a system that has integrated calling and texting. I need a system that I can handle and automate email campaigns and newsletters. I need a system that can integrate directly with systems like handwritten, mailbox power, different mailer systems that I know that myself personally are pretty good. And then obviously I want a system that also can manage my business partners. So guys, we're going to take a quick pause on the past clients. I want you guys to really let that sink in. It's not that complicated, right? You build out the process on paper, then we implement it in the CRM. Another thing, you want a system that is very customizable, that you can drop this workflow in and create it and customize it yourself. So now let's talk about our realtor partners, right? So what are the different avenues of reaching out to them that we want to do? Or in terms of how do we want to get business from our realtor partners? Are we going to talk about our great rates and closing times? No, we're not going to do that. Why? Because everybody does that. Stop doing that. Look, if you're the only guy talking about it, or the only girl talking about it, that's great. But the point is that you are not standing out. When I want to get business from an agent, when I want to develop a relationship with an agent, I want to talk about my UVP, which is my unique value proposition. Okay. What is my unique value proposition? That is essentially something that is unique that I can propose to them as a piece of value. So for me, guess what I would do for my agents? Watch this. Teach them how to leverage their CRM or a CRM if they don't have one. If they don't have a system, then what does that mean? That means that is a great opportunity for you to teach that agent about how good it is to have a CRM in order to nurture their database. But guess what? Before you even teach them how to leverage a CRM, you actually want to teach them how to create a process in their workflow. I don't even know if that, we're in all caps, guys, but it's okay. We're just going to leave it like that. All right, we're going to yell this out. So I didn't really type that out correctly, but we want to teach them how to create a workflow before we even get them onto a CRM. What does that mean? No, you're not teaching them how to run their real estate business. They understand that. But teach them, hey, let me help you outline your process. Let me help you find the holes. Let me help you find the opportunities where clients are being missed out on. And then now let me help you leverage your database. There's a mortgage broker I met not too long ago. What he did was he signed up on Follow Up Boss, which is a very popular real estate CRM. And mind you, it's also great for mortgage companies. I love it. It's my favorite. But the point is that Follow Up Boss, they have like great discounted plans for for 30 plus users. And what he did was he paid for a Follow Up Boss with 30 users, and he invited his agents to then have a seat in his CRM. So he said, hey, I'm going to give you a free seat in my CRM. I'm going to cover the cost. All I need you to do is please Allow me to let you use it. And that way we can nurture our clients together. Why are we doing that? Agents want to know that you have fast closing times. They want to know that you have great rates. But what else do they want to know? They want to know when you're calling the client. They want to know when you're texting the client. They want to see how often you're following up with the client. So I'm not telling you to go ahead and open up a 30 user account that's going to cost $1,000 a month and then hope that you're going to get your money back. But it is a great investment, in my opinion. I thought it was genius what he was doing. But the point is that you need to find a way to leverage yourself and essentially, I don't want to say put the agent in your hands, but that's essentially what you have to do. You need to stop begging for the business and start actually working for the business, okay? And that comes with a cost of time, money. Regardless of how you look at it, you're going to have to invest something into that relationship. Now, yes, you can go the method of just cold calling agents all day. That's fine. For those of you that love cold calling, hey, I think that's awesome. Me, I personally hate cold calling. You couldn't pay me enough money to do it, honestly. If you told me I'd be a millionaire and all I had to do was cold call for the rest of my life, I still wouldn't want to do it. Because why? Money is not more important to me than time, right? I would not want to waste my time all day doing cold calling. That's just not for me. I feel I have a greater purpose. I just feel that's not for me. Now, once again, I'm not bashing anybody that likes doing cold calling. I just personally have a very, very, very big hatred towards it. All right? It's that simple. But anyways, once again, finding that value piece that you can share with your agents. Now, look, not everybody's a CRM expert. Not everybody understands systems and processes. But for those of you that have been in the mortgage industry for quite some time, you do know what it's like to run a business. Sharing tips and methods on how to effectively run a business in today's market is great as leverage for real estate agents. Why? Because once again, guys, you need to learn to give value before you can ask for anything in return. So what I want to do is maybe I know another loan officer. Guys, I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of stories. I know a loan officer, they do a webinar on essentially running a self-employed business. And they literally just talk about business tips. That's all they do. And they get clients. Like, look, this is what happens. Clients, right? Wow, we can't, guys, this is a new keyboard. I apologize. I just can't type on it. They get clients out of that. The point is that you need to find a way that you can push your value. And now, whether that's through social media, whether that's through, sending out emails, inviting people to a webinar, look, that works fine, but it's a long nurture game. In my opinion, if you already have relationships with realtors, right? We want to talk about our existing realtors, for example. Then go ahead and leverage that, right? Start talking to the realtors you know. You know what I once did actually when I was an originator? I did a survey and I asked all my realtors, let me show you, I'll show you guys this. You see how I'm breaking it down? I did a survey and I asked realtors what information they would love to see and learn more about. Do you know how many agents told me they wanted to see stuff about rates and closing times? Let me break it down for you guys. Okay. Do you know how many wanted to see how we can help them leverage their CRM and their existing database to close more deals? You're not telling them, hey, give me access to your database. You're not doing that. You're actually giving value, okay? So, guys, the point is that if you just want to, once again, talk about what everybody else is doing, you're probably not going to get a lot of interest. But you need to find a unique value proposition. That's just mandatory. So, obviously, we talked about the survey. Here's another thing. Simply calling them, guys. Call them, okay? Please, call your agents. What I like to do is, and this is also how I figure out what's a good CRM for me, I want to be able to group my agents into different lists based on potentially volume, production, or simply experience with me. So that could mean like how many transactions that we've done, or you could even just kind of group them all into one list, quite honestly. You could even, for example, group into lists of agents you've closed with and agents you're looking to close with, right? So let me, I apologize for the typos, guys, but that's not important. Who cares about the typos, right? We're talking real things here. So look, guys, you see how this workflow is getting really crazy. But why am I doing this? Because if I want to work in a system, if I want to figure out what CRM is right for me, if I want to figure out what loan origination system is for me, if I want to figure out what marketing tool is good for me, don't you think it'd be great to have this already written out? So when you're interviewing these companies, you have to interview these companies. Don't you think it'd be great to be able to say, "Hey, let me move my camera so I look at you guys." Oh shoot, where are we? Can I move my camera? I don't even know if it'll let me. I don't think I can anymore. Sorry. Well, don't you think it would be great to say, "Hey, listen, this is all I need to do. Can your system support me or not?" Like that is so. You have so much clarity, people. So much clarity. It's so important that you build out something like this. I can keep going. I can keep building this list out, but I think you guys get the point. Once again, just to recap, you need to build your business on a firm and solid foundation, not a sandy, flimsy foundation. Okay, and where does it start? By mapping out your process. Now, I mean, if I was really gonna build a mortgage company from the ground up, which we've helped people do, I would really outline everything. Your internal team, your how you handle communications, all that good stuff. I would really build out that whole workflow. But start with what you need to do. Start with what's priority for you, right? If any of you have questions about this and you want to learn more about how you can build out processes and workflows, I'll be more than happy to share this with you. Go ahead and book a call with me. I'm more than happy to meet. We have our free coaching platform. Now, we are going to be putting all of our coaching calls live so others can benefit. So just know if you do decide to book a call with me, because we are keeping it free, just so we can respect each other's time, obviously, and just so I can continue to do this for free, I want to be able to push this online, because that way, as we're working with mortgage companies and letting them understand how they can run their business and how they can effectively build their business up, we want others to learn. It's all about giving back. So guys, if you have any questions, please just go ahead and leave a comment down below. But I really hope you picked up a thing or two from this. Once again, build out your processes, understand your workflow, understand what it is that you do in your business before you sign up on a system. Otherwise, you're just going to be putting a Band-Aid on a broken car that doesn't run, right? No, we need to fix the engine first. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Nicolas of Fleet 360, and I'm out of here. Take care.